From inside Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Miami Marlins. Alongside my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Ciampi. Thanks for joining us here. All right, Singy, let's get right into it. He threw an absolute gem last time out.
Seriously, Boog. I mean, this guy was nearly untouchable. Opposing hitters baffled all day long. Impressive stuff, and we'll see if his teammate can match it today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And towing the slab, Max Meyer. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Chase Meidroth, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one.
Hey!
Swing and a ball popped in the air. That one gets down for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
High fastball, even a little above the zone, but such a good job of staying tall on the backside, getting that barrel there to meet it just in time. I tell you what, it's not easy to do.
Ball.
And the 1-0. A little out front there as he swings through it. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. One away. One out man at first. And here is Colson Montgomery. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball one. What a stop. The feed for one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Bottom of the first. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Jonathan Cannon.
And if this guy isn't already tall enough, he's standing on top of a mound, throwing down at hitters. His stuff can sneak up on you because of the extension he gets and having a deep release point. If batters can attack pitches up in the zone, this lineup will have a chance to do some damage.
Tonight, stepping in, Xavier Edwards.
Xavier Edwards.
Ah!
Oh, 0-2 now. Got him swinging.
Batting second, the left fielder, Kyle Stowers.
That misses the zone, and that's ball one.
Ball, that's low.
Just off the outside edge. And a four-pitch walk.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boog. The last one wasn't even close.
And now for the Marlins, Jacob Marcy.
Hey!
Stowers leads off first with one away.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Next
Nope.
pitch is outside, and it's 2-1. Now he breaks his bat. Cannon tossed to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. Back here at Lone Depot Park, top of the second, Andrew Benintendi steps to the plate for the White Sox. Up the middle, Lopez. Tosses to first. One pitch and one out.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 21, Austin Hayes.
Hey!
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Up the middle. In there safely.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at-bat. Really protecting with two strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but, man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
This one in the air. And there's two away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Lenny Sosa in the box here lets that one go for a ball. Swing and a miss as he gets him to chase upstairs.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Miguel Vargas.
And takes low for ball one. The White Sox looking to strike first here at the top of the second. Swing and a foul out of play. That one 95 to finish him off. Bottom of the second. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Heriberto Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Ball! That's out.
To the right side. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Connor Norby.
On the ground, out to short. Already two out here in the home half of inning number two. Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins. One run batted in yesterday, their only run of the game.
Off the plate, ball one.
Second inning here, no score. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Two down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. on the ground.
That ball's
And that's
foul.
just foul. Got him. Inning over. Back here in Miami, top half of the third inning, Derek Hill steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Hill.
That misses the zone, and that's ball one. Hill goes 6'1", 30 years old now, usually in center
That's
field,
ball
but
two.
today starting in left. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Ball inside. Ball 3.
It's a leadoff walk, and that's the go-ahead run.
Well, he tried to
The
nibble
batter,
right
number
there
10,
and just missed
second
his
baseman,
spot. Hitter
Chase
didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to
Monroe.
worry about over at first.
Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. That's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Meyer checks the runner. Hill back on a dive.
Well, typically left fielders have the least amount of range in the outfield, so for him to take the responsibility in center field in
Nope,
this
that's a
one, he's
ball.
going to really need his corner teammates to help him out in the gaps.
Man at second. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Stays alive. And now
That's
it's
a ball.
even up.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there.
Now this one gets through. Coming home. He scores and they have the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Number 8.
Now the
Kyle
catcher up to hit,
Teal.
Kyle Teal. 0 for 1 so far. The 1-0.
Ball.
Foul tip straight back, and that squared him up in the mask. That didn't feel good. In the air, left field. Fair ball. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay, the tag, and he's
Oh, he's
safe.
in there.
And they take a 2-run lead.
Up next
Well,
in
that was one of those
Chicago,
high percentage
the shortstop,
advantage counts where
Colson
batting averages are just so much
Montgomery.
higher. He really let that ball travel on the outside part of the plate, but that's a great example that you can still drive the baseball that's away. Rip that one down the line for the double.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Headed for the plate. He'll score, and they take a 3-run lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Stringing them together, that's
next in
3 hits in a
Chicago,
row.
the designated
Loud
hitter,
contact
Andrew
leads to the double. I mean, you could tell
Benintendi.
it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Andrew Benintendi steps up, and that's through there for a strike. 0-1. This one in the air. Lopez under it. And there's one down.
Oh, that's a frustrating
Up
into
next
the
for the
at-bat
White
for the
Sox,
hitter right
the right
there. I
fielder,
mean, that pitch
number
was
21,
right down the
Austin
middle. I think he got a little too
Peay.
excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
This one in the air center field. Marcy has a beat on it. And there's 2 down. Brooks Baldwin steps to the plate for the White Sox. He's 0 for 1.
Brooks Baldwin.
First pitch, and he just misses. Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Man on second, 2 down. Hit on the ground to the right side. He steps on the bag. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Bottom of the inning, and now for the Marlins, Christopher Morel.
Number 5, Christopher Morel.
That one fouled off. Oh, 1 now. And that one fouled off. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. That K is his third of the game.
Number 21, Graham Pauley.
Hey!
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2.
Ball 1.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Third baseman, number 8.
2 outs, base is empty. Javier Sanoja, the next up for the Marlins. That's a little bit low. Swing and a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Yeah!
The 0-1. Line drive, leaps, and he's got it. Back here at Lone Depot Park as we go to the top of the 4th. Lenny Sosa steps to the plate for the White Sox. And a base hit right there. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Just missed.
You know, these White Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
That one inside. Look out. Missed with a changeup, and it's 3-0.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Left fielder, number 25,
First and second, no outs. Derek Hill steps to the plate for the White Sox. He walked and came around to score his first time up.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
The 0-2. Struck him out looking.
The batter, number 10, second baseman, Chase Meindroth.
Ball.
And
Down.
an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. One challenge remaining for them now. Two on, one out. This one in the air, right field. Two down. Kyle Teel, and a dangerous hitter coming to the plate.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
That one is absolutely belted. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. One run is in. Coming home. The relay throw. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. Back here in Miami, and now for the Marlins, Kyle Stowers.
Kyle Stowers.
You know, these Marlins just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
The 1-1. To the right side. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. The throw won't get there in time, and they can't get the out.
Up next for the Marlins.
Just a good job putting the ball in play and then busting down the first baseline. Beat the throw pretty easily.
Oh, right to the backstop. And now a man into scoring position.
And obviously a lot of credit for all those chases and strikeouts goes to the pitching. It's been nasty, but you can bet this offense is trying to figure out some way to put up a better fight.
Man at second.
Hey!
Yeah, that's fouled off. That one lifted to left. Hill under it. One down. So digging in, Heriberto Hernandez.
The catcher,
0 for 1.
13,
He grounded out in his first at bat.
Hernandez.
Nope. Ball one.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, he went inside a couple of times, and now outside. Hitter's not exactly sure where to look for this next pitch.
That one kicks away from the catcher. No advance, though. One out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. He beats it safe. It's 4-1.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here comes the 0-1. And that one fouled off. Man at first, one away. In the dirt. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Blows the high heat past him. That's a
The
strikeout.
batter number 6.
Here's the shortstop
Otto.
at the plate. Otto Lopez struck out swinging his first time. That's to third. Fires across the diamond, and that'll do it. Ready now for the
Leading off
fifth
for the White
inning.
Sox,
Now it's the shortstop, Colson Montgomery.
Montgomery.
And that
Ball,
one
that's
just
outside.
misses. A ball and no strikes.
You know, these White Sox doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're...
This looks like extra bases. Around first, heading for two. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Man, those are the
Up next
types
for
of
the
hits
White
where you
Sox,
don't feel
the designated
any
hitter,
vibration in your
Andrew
hands whatsoever.
New pitcher on here,
Now
Lake
pitching for the
Bacher.
Marlins,
Just trying to keep
number
this one close
84,
here, and this is
Lake
where a bullpen can give their players a
Bacher.
chance to fight back into the game.
Hey.
And you know, bloops and lasers, they both count the same, so we know there's zero complaints about double digits in the hit column, no matter how it happens.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're at the top of the fifth.
Inside, ball one. That's outside.
Check
There you go.
swing, now an appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. Cuts on it and misses. That's a
Up next in
strikeout.
Chicago,
Not
the right
what you're
fielder,
looking
number
for after the
21,
leadoff double. A
Austin
strikeout,
Hayes.
and there's one away. So now, with one away and a man at second, now it's the right fielder, Austin Hayes.
Hey.
Out towards right center field, Marcy makes his way towards it. Can't get there. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Up next for the White Sox, the center fielder,
You know what they
number
say, he
27,
couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that,
Baldwin.
and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
On the ground right side, Edwards. The flip, there's one.
Got him.
On to
That's out.
first, but he beats it. And a run scores.
Up next for
And
Chicago,
here is
the
Sosa
third
to the
baseman,
plate.
Lenny
He's 2 for 2.
Sosa.
And that one is lifted in the air. Morel should have this one. And that is that. We head to the bottom of the
Leading
fifth.
off for the
And now for the
right
Marlins,
fielder,
Christopher
number
Morel.
5, Christopher Morel.
You know, these Marlins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at
that's off the
times,
plate.
and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
That's
Oh,
off the
that's
inside
inside.
corner. Ball 3.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Breaks his bat and pops it up. Vargas takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Marlins, the first baseman, number 21, Grab Pauly.
Ball, that's outside. That's ball 2.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Gets it to first. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along.
Up
2
next
quick
for the
outs.
Marlins,
And
the
up
third
next
baseman,
for
number
Miami,
8,
Javier Sanoja. Single to right at his first trip.
Sanoja.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, Xavier.
Quick move to first. Out! They got him, and that will end the inning. Back here at Lone
Leading
Depot
off for the
Park.
White Sox,
All set
the
for the
first
top of the
baseman,
6th.
Miguel
Miguel Vargas
Vargas.
steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Ball, that's in.
Vargas, 26 years old, and he was born in Cuba.
Ball, that's inside. Aye.
Backed
Ball
off the
3.
plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
This one in the air center field. Marcy settles under it and makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the White Sox, the left fielder, number 25, Derek Hill.
Nope, that's inside. Ball, that's out.
High in the air, out to right. Morel on the move. 2 down.
Now pitching for the
Cade
Marlins,
Gibson gets
number
handed the rock out of the
58,
pen.
Cade
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to
Gibson.
contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Chase Mydroth.
Nope, that's down.
Out to short, Lopez. Throws to first in time, and that is the inning. Bottom of the 6th.
Leading
Now
off
it's the
for
Marlins
Marlins,
leadoff hitter,
the second
Xavier
baseman,
Edwards.
Xavier Edwards.
Late swing, foul to the left. And that
inside.
misses. And now it's even 1-1.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Drops one down in front of the plate. Not in
He's
time. An infield knock to start the inning.
Up next for the Marlins, the left fielder, Kyle Stowers.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ball 1.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
And a 1-2. In the air, left field. Hill drifts towards it. Makes the grab. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins.
The center fielder, Jacob Marcy.
Hey!
Line drive, base hit down the line. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Two on, one out. On the ground to third. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still fires to first. Too late, and the runner is safe, and the misplay costs him. New pitcher for the White Sox, number 62. A tough spot to make your major league debut with the bases loaded.
Man, no kidding. Trial by fire, I guess, but I got to think they would have rather given him a chance to make his debut.
Out there to center. He makes the grab. Runner tags from third. Just ahead of the throw, he scores. It's 5-2.
Number 6.
Otto Lopez
Otto
getting ready to hit.
Lopez.
That's way outside. Ball one. Rips one to right. Base hit. Here comes the runner. Fires it to the plate. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. It's 5-3. Ball one, no strikes. Two on, two outs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swing and a bouncer. Meidroth in plenty of time to first. They limit the damage here. Back here in Miami, we go to the top of the seventh.
On the mound, he's looking to keep momentum on their side with a quick inning. Keep those runs they just scored in the bank instead of handing them right back.
Ball. Ball two.
Comes up empty. That's strike two. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
The shortstop, Colson Montgomery.
Strike two.
He's been great in this one. Eye-hand coordination just failed him a little bit right there.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Two away. Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
Andrew Benintendi.
Ball one.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning going.
Up next for the White Sox, the right fielder, number 21, Austin Hayes.
Check swing, and he went. Strike one. Just off the inside edge. Ripped, but it curls foul.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
Got him swinging on the curveball. That's the third out. Set for the last half of the seventh. And now for the Marlins, Graham Pauley.
21, Graham Pauley.
Hitting the air out to center field. Baldwin settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Marlins, the third baseman, number 8, Javier Sanoja.
And that misses. Ball one.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
No. Inside.
In the air to left center. That's out number 2.
Now pitching for the
Sean
White Sox,
Newcomb comes on now.
15,
These are the
Sean
spots relievers
Newcomb.
really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Popped in the air. Left field. And that's the inning.
Now pitching for the
New
Marlins,
pitcher for the Marlins,
number
Calvin
53,
Fauché. He's making his 4th appearance of the season.
Fauché.
Digging in
Leading
is
off
the
for
switch
White
hitting
Sox,
outfielder,
the center
Brooks
fielder,
Baldwin.
number 27, Brooks Baldwin.
Misses the sweeper. Next offering is fouled back. Ripped to right. And there's one down.
Up next for Chicago, the third baseman, Lenyn Sosa.
Ball. That pitch is out.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
High fly ball out to left field. Stowers gets under it. And there are 2 down. Miguel
Up next for
Vargas,
Chicago,
the next
first
to hit.
baseman, Miguel Vargas.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball. Hey.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. That's in there. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. back here at Lone
Leading
Depot
off
Park.
for the Marlins,
And now for the Marlins,
left fielder,
Kyle Stowers.
Kyle Stowers.
On the ground, right side, Meidroth. Slings to first. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the Marlins, the center fielder, Jacob Marcy.
Nope. Outside.
Fouled off left side. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. Now 1-2. Next offering way off the plate. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. High fly ball, right field. Hayes coming on. 2 away now.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Number 13,
Heriberto Hernandez, the next up for the Marlins.
Yeah.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
2 down, nobody on. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Ground ball, left side. Handles, throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching for the
Jansen
Marlins,
Junk on
number
to pitch out of the
26,
pen here.
Pretty tight
Jansen.
game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right
Leading off
here.
for the White
Got to do
Sox,
his best to
the
keep
left
the score
fielder,
right
Darren
where it is.
Hill.
That's a ball. Hey!
Junk, 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. And 1-2. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in, and he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Man at second.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Close,
ball
but
3.
called a ball. Ball 3.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at-bat, all breaking balls, so that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
There's a strike, 3-1. That's a strike. Meidroth thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. First and second,
for Chicago,
no
the
outs.
catcher,
Kyle
number 8,
Teal digs in now.
Teal.
Inside,
plate, ball
ball 1. Swing and a ball ripped down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. And it hooks just foul.
Well, it's a really good pass to the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way, just let it travel a hair more.
That one is absolutely belted. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. Headed for the plate. 1 run scores. Here comes another. He is safe. And they lead by 4.
Nicely done. Brings home 2.
Colson,
Man, that feels so
Montgomery.
good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
The 0-1. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here at the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Andrew
Benintendi gets a chance to hit here.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Ball inside.
Going to count 1 and 2.
A 1-2 count. All he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the White Sox, the right fielder, number 21, Austin Hayes.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. Not close with that one. And a count now even up. Hard hit to third. And that's the inning. Bottom of the 9th. Now here's the Marlins DH, Connor Norby. That one way inside.
Nope, inside. Ball 2.
Here's a 2-0. This one in the air center field. And there's one away.
The batter, number 6, shortstop, Otto Lopez.
Ground ball to the right side. Meidroth. And the Marlins with just 1 out
Now
left.
pitching for the
Number
White Sox,
63
number
taking over on the
63,
mound. On for his
Jetson
major league debut.
Hyatt.
So we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium. But the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher. Whatever fingers he puts down, that's what you throw. And just let him lead you in this one.
That one drilled left field. Way back there. And he's got it. Ball game. And the White Sox extend their winning streak to 5 in a row.
When you win 5 in a row, the confidence just goes to another level, and you start to gain this momentum, and you think that you're never going to lose a game again because things are clicking up and down the lineup. Pitchers are pitching. The team is making the plays defensively. This is the kind of feeling, it's not going to last all season long, but you want to ride it as long as you possibly can, perhaps push it up to double digits.
7-3 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire Here in Philadelphia, Citizens Bank Park, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the Philadelphia Phillies.
And now,
and we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
Philadelphia Phillies.
And on the hill, Andrew Painter. And singing a special day for him. He's making his major league pitching debut here.
And I'm sure he's got some nerves. He'll be excited for that first pitch to be in and over with so that he can settle in to pitching just like he did in the minor leagues. Exciting moment. He's got his family in town. I think this moment's going to be a huge tone setter for his career.
Okay, all set to go. Dalen Lyle digging in for the Nationals. Underway here at Citizens Bank Park. Painter, a big part of the storyline for us today. He's making his debut and hoping to carve out a valuable role in the mound with this ball club.
Ball, that's in.
At this point, it doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or an undrafted free agent. All that matters once you reach this level is producing. Can you help your team get better? It's a big question. That said, you don't want to put too much pressure on your debut. I hope he's taking time to enjoy this experience today.
And a base hit into right. So a man on base to start the inning.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Hey!
The 0-1, and that one clips the corner.
Out there on the mound, he's setting the tone early with the fastball, 98 miles per hour up on the scoreboard.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
That misses. It's 2-2. Popped up. Turner under it. He's got it. One out man at first. Here's C.J. Abrams now. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Top of the first, just getting started here in Philadelphia. Yeah, that's fouled off. Here's the 0-2. That one almost got him.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher. But if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Quick move to first, and he's back in there. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting fourth, second baseman Luis Garcia.
That's a ball.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
That clips a corner. Up the middle, and that one handled. They take the force out. That's the inning. ready to go for the last half of the inning. And today's starter, Cade Cavalli.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Hey!
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. He'll take a trot around the bases. The Phillies score first. It's 1-0.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning. The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Fought off foul. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the second game of the series. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fights it off. He'll see another. That's off the mark. Full count now. Gets a piece and stays alive. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. The 1-0. There's a line drive to left field. Out number 2. Trey Turner with a chance now. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. First pitch just misses. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. Foul ball. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard.
Oh, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, top of the second, Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals.
Most hitters are looking for a first pitch fastball. You're not really timed up for a changeup. So if it's well located by the pitcher, he can get strike 1.
Swing and a miss as he was late. Got him swinging. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 6th, catcher, Keibert Ruiz.
Right through there for a strike. And a big swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Nope. Ball 1.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Jackknifes out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Oh,
That's
that
ball
one
three.
almost gets him again.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to
Ball
this
four.
hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
Batting seventh,
And that's ball
third
four.
baseman, Brady
Man at
House.
first with one gone. Now it's going to be Brady House. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Tied him up inside with that one. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Over to stop for one. Throw to
he's in
first,
there.
but he beat it.
Batting eighth, center fielder, Robert Hassel III.
Inside corner for a strike. And it's 0-1.
The heater is clearly giving him trouble early on in this one. I want to see him ready to swing against that pitch just a little more often.
Left field. Kemp makes his way towards it. Brings it in for the third out. We head to the bottom of the second, and now for the Phillies, JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto.
Yeah.
The 0-2.
0-2 fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Popped up. Cruz on the move towards foul ground. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Batting sixth, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. Breaking ball through there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting seventh, third baseman,
Edmundo Sosa
Edmundo
stands in for the
Sosa.
Phillies. Looking for better results than last night. He went 0 for 4. That just
Ball one.
misses, and it's 1-0. Two down, nobody on. That one ran inside, almost got him. That's to third,
That ball
and that's
foul.
just foul. That missed by a lot. Ball 3. Got him swinging. Back here in Philadelphia,
for
all
the
set for the
Nationals,
start of the
first
inning.
baseman,
Andres
Andres
Chaparro
Chaparro.
digging in for the Nationals. Fastball for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Line drive, base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Everything came together for him. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
To the right side. Oh, great stop. Throws from the seat of his pants. On the money. Nice play.
Up next for the Nationals, left fielder James Wood.
One out man at first. Now the number 2 hitter, James Wood. He's 0 for 1.
Nope, that's inside.
Runner on the go. Strike in there. Throw down, and he's out, and that wasn't close. Late on that fastball. Fastball almost got him there. Good job to fight that one off. On the ground. The throw to first, and that is that. Back at Citizens Bank Park as we go to the last of the third. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. Pitch misses there. Ball 1. Swings and lines one towards the gap. And that's got extra bases written all over it. And he starts the bottom of the third with a double.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and, man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Fouled off down the right side. Man at second. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit.
Laser to the gap, should score the run. Headed for the plate. And they lead by 2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity. Right on top of it.
That's a ball.
Marsh in the box now as he leaves that one up high. The 1-1 is fouled off.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3.
Baseman Bryce Harper.
Ball 1 to Bryce. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. 1 out and a runner at second here in the last half of the third. Fouled off. He was late. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Phillies.
And Kyle
designated
Schwarber will come up.
hitter,
0 for 1 so
Kyle
far.
Schwarber.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
And that's a base hit. Coming home. Fires it to the plate. Safe. In comes the run from second. And they lead by 3. Pitch misses. Ball 1. Schwarber leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That one in the dirt and gets away. No advance, though. That one misses. And the count is 3-1.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And here's a 3-2. Line drive, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with
Up
2
next
away.
for the Phillies.
Here comes
catcher,
Real Muto.
JT
Flied to right
Realmuto.
his first time. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Ripped to third, but handled, and that'll end the inning. Back here in
Leading
Philadelphia,
off for the
out of the fourth,
shortstop,
C.J.
C.J.
Abrams
Abrams.
digging in for the Nationals.
Ball 1.
Ground ball right side. Nice grab. And they get the out.
Up next for the Nationals, second baseman Luis Garcia.
Line drive. Fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he's in with a stand-up double.
He was
Up next
all
for
over
Washington,
that one.
right
A well-deserved
fielder,
double
Dylan
on a great
Cruz.
swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Stepping in, Dylan Cruz. Man at second. Swinging a foul straight back. Swings through it for the K. That K is his
Up
third
next
of the
for
game.
Washington, catcher,
And now it's
Keibert
Keibert Ruiz. He reached on a walk his first time.
Oh, and an 0-0 count. Not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
That one is upstairs. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Take your base.
Up next for Washington, third baseman Brady House.
Ball.
Could be
That's
some
ball
action
2.
here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
On the ground, right side. He takes it on his own, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Back here, Citizens Bank
Leading
Park,
off
bottom of
for
the
the
inning.
Phillies,
Bryson Stott
second
stands in for the
baseman,
Phillies.
Bryson Stott.
You know, these Phils showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Here's a 1-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7.
For the Phillies, third baseman, Edmundo Sosa.
Ball.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Wood under it. And there are 2 outs. In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi. 1-for-1 with a double and a run scored.
Hey.
Short hop liner, handled it short. Whips it to first. And Garcia is out. That ends the inning. Back here in Philadelphia, we go to the top of the 5th. Robert Hassel III digging in for the Nationals. Makes the catch. 1 down.
Up next for Washington, first baseman, Andres Chaparro.
Up the middle, Turner. Tosses to first. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
For Washington,
Now it's the
designated
DH,
hitter,
Dalen Lyle. 1 for 2. He had an RBI base hit back in the first.
Ball 1.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And that is that. Back at Citizens Bank Park, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Otto Kemp stands in for the Phillies.
Otto Kemp.
Ripped on a line, brings it in, 1 away.
Up next for the Phillies, center fielder, Brandon Marsh.
Hey.
Just
Outside, that's
missed
the
with
ball.
that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at-bat.
Slides for the stop, over to first, and that's a great play for the out. 2 down, bases empty. Bryce Harper, the next to hit, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Ball 1.
That one
That's ball
misses, and that's ball 2.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
It just shaved the zone, so they've still got both their challenges. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a high fly ball hitting the air left center field. This one's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track. Back here in
Leading off for
Philadelphia,
Washington,
top
left
six,
fielder,
James
James
Wood
Wood.
digging in for the Nationals.
Well, these Nats, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Base hit, center field.
All over that one right there. That's about as
next
textbook
for the
as it
Nationals,
gets. Got his stride and
shortstop,
load
C.J.
out of the way
Abrams.
early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
That's a ball.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Wood on at first, nobody out.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind.
Harper over to Turner for one, to first. Double play. Nicely done. And
Up
now
next
it's Luis
for the
Garcia.
Nationals, second
1 for
baseman,
2.
Luis Garcia.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to
Ball
commit
one.
to one velocity and stay there.
2 down, nobody on. Oh, great stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Now pitching for the
Cole
Nationals,
Henry on to
number
pitch here.
99,
This is his
Cole
3rd time out
Henry.
this year.
Leading off for the Phillies, designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Hey!
Henry, a 6'4 righty, 200 pounds, and he was a 2nd-round pick in 2020.
Ball 2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Ground ball, left side, and that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Grounds one to short. Abrams on the run, throw to first,
Oh,
and
he's safe.
save. He busted it down the line for that infield
Next for the
single.
Phillies,
Here's
catcher,
JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto.
Close
Nope.
one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1.
Yeah!
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Swings through that one.
Oh, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Phillies, second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Ball.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this. He's been raking in recent games, and a big reason why, getting ahead in counts. He's been able to do that consistently, and you see the results.
The Phils trying to break this one open here in the bottom of the sixth. Next pitch is outside. And they're all loaded up.
Ball 4.
Up next for the Phillies, third baseman.
It just shaved the zone.
Sosa.
Still 2 challenges left for them. And that'll load the bases.
Well, the stage has been set for this offense, Boog. It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Now the third baseman, Edmundo Sosa.
That's a ball.
One out, base is full.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
And that's off
the plate.
the inside edge. And a count 2-1. That's
Ball
a
3.
little bit low. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Payoff pitch. That one misses, and
Ball
that'll
4.
bring home a run.
He's really gotten himself into a mess out there and now forces home a run with the walk. This inning's definitely getting away from him.
Adolis Garcia.
Two
Oh, that's
walks
out.
in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Base hit, 1 run in already. Throw comes into third, in there safely.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Turned on it nicely.
Now pitching
Definitely a
for the
little out.
Nationals,
Pitching change
number 40,
here, Josiah Gray.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters
Oh,
count the
that's too
same
high.
for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
First and third, 1 down. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. Swings through that.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say
Ball
get the
3.
strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
In there, sets him down on strikes.
For the Phillies, center
So the Philly
fielder,
batting order turns over.
Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. He's already homered here in this one.
Ball, that's outside.
And it's 1-1.
Ball.
Sosa on third. Garcia at first. 2 out of the inning. And that
Oh, that's off the
misses. And now 3-1. High fly ball out towards left field. Way back there. And a foul ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Now pitching. For
Welcome
the
back.
Phillies,
We're in the seventh. We have a new
number
pitcher on the mound,
50,
Orion Kerkering.
Orion
He's making his
Kerkering.
second appearance of the
Leading off for
season.
Washington, right fielder Dylan Cruz.
So I can't play around with
Outside.
him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Just
Ball. That
missed.
pitch is out.
And that's a little bit high. And now 3-0.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That one misses. So a leadoff
Up
walk.
next for
Pretty
the
easy walk
Nationals,
right there.
catcher,
Last pitch wasn't even much to think
Ruiz.
about. Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll
Ball
him up for
in.
2.
Hey!
Right through there for a strike. The Phillies up big in this one. Here in the top half of inning number 7. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And there's one away. Here's the third
Up
baseman,
next for
Brady
the
House.
Nationals, third baseman Brady House.
Ball one there. That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper.
Ball 2.
Too low, and it's ball 3.
Just doesn't seem to want to throw him a fastball.
Swing and a miss. Now 3-2. So a walk
That's out. Ball
puts
4.
runners at first and
Up
second.
next for
Very
Washington,
close off the
center
outside
fielder,
corner.
Robert
Could have easily
Hassel
been called a
III.
strike in that location. Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to finish off this hitter.
That one
one.
close, ruled a ball. And it's a ball and a strike. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Two on, one out. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. This one kicks away from Real Muto. Throws short, hops him at third, and gets down the line. And in comes the runner from second to score.
Now
A
pitching
big
for the
mistake
Phillies,
there. Taiwan
number
Walker
99.
gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Taiwan
And he's got a nice
Walker.
lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Chaparro
one.
up for the third time here. Watches that one miss. And it's a called strike after the review. So they've still got both their challenges. Gets the outside corner with that one. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Struck him out swinging. Good job at damage control right there. Set for the last half of the seventh. And now for the Phillies, Bryce Harper.
First baseman, Bryce Harper.
Hey!
Right through there for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
Stays alive. Got him swinging. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
For the Phillies, designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Hey!
The other way, and he beats the shift. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there.
Up
Good
next,
piece of
for the
hitting going the
Phillies,
other way with that pitch to beat the
shortstop,
shift. You know, not a lot of
Turner.
guys are willing to do that, even with the...
Runner on the go. This to third. House tosses to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
For the Phillies,
And up to the
catcher,
plate is JT Realmuto. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a bouncer towards third. Fires across the diamond. That is the inning. Back here in Philadelphia,
for
and now
Washington,
here's the
the
Nationals
designated
leadoff
hitter,
man,
Dalen
Dalen
Lyle.
Lyle. Liner, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready
Up
to
next
swing it
for
on the first
Washington,
pitch.
left
Other than
fielder,
ripping one into the
James
gap or
Wood.
blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that
Fly ball down the line. And it
that's a
hooks.
foul
Foul.
Oh, it's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way. Just let it travel a hair
a ball.
more.
That one missed. Walker, a former All-Star. He throws a cutter, a splitter, a sinker, a slider, and he works in a four-seamer. So the call stands. One challenge remaining for them now.
Ball 2.
Here's a 2-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. And that one finds its way through. And now two aboard.
Back-to-back singles. I know that was a ground
next
ball, but
for
it was
Washington,
absolutely
shortstop,
hammered through the
C.J.
infield. That's
Abrams.
not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Abrams in the box now. Takes strike one. Liner, and this could be trouble. Rounds third, headed for the plate. One run is in. Here comes Wood around third. Now a relay to the plate.
on
The
the
tag
tag.
out.
Up next for Washington, second baseman Luis Garcia.
And a base hit on a line. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. It's a three-run
Up
game,
next for
6-3.
Washington, right fielder.
Next to hit
Dylan
for the
Cruz.
Nats, Dylan Cruz. Late swing fouled off.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
0-2 now.
Ball one.
Got him. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Nationals,
Zach
catcher
McCambly
Gilbert
taking
Ruiz.
over on the mound.
Now pitching for the Phillies, number 39.
Tapped on the ground softly to short. Flips it. Pretty nice play there.
Got him. That's an out.
This is Bryson
Leading
Stott.
off
A
for the
walk and a pair of
Phillies, second
strikeouts.
baseman, Bryson Stott.
Ball one. That's ball two.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Now a screamer into the outfield. And foul ball.
He's getting the barrel to the ball. He's just got to work on that timing a little bit.
That's down
Ball
and
three.
in. Out towards right center field. Hassel on his way over. And there's one down.
Up next for the Phillies, third baseman, Edmundo Sosa.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
And that's
Oh, that's
outside. 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Inside,
ball
just missed.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So that removes their last challenge. High fly ball, right field. Cruz coming on. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. Adolis
Up
Garcia
next for
stands in for the Phillies.
Right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
Swing and a miss. 0-1. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. He swings and fouls one off.
Throwing the ball well, and they need this scoreless inning in relief right here. Been doing a good job keeping him in striking distance.
Got him. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3.
Now pitching.
We're
for the
back,
Phillies,
and on the mound is the
number
closer,
59,
Joan Duran. A chance at his first save of the
Leading off for
year.
the Nationals, third baseman, Brady House.
That one ripped. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for Washington, center fielder, Robert Hassel III.
On the ground.
Foul.
And it goes just foul.
That was
that's a
absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Lined, and that's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Really good
Up
swing
next
right
for
there. You got a pitch that he
Washington,
knew he
first
could
baseman
handle,
Andres
allowed himself
Chaparro.
to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Chaparro, the next to hit, takes ball one. Duran going for save number one in this spot. And he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Ball inside.
The Phils trying to close out a 3-run lead here at the top of the ninth. Right through there for a strike.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. No challenges left for them now. The 3-1. Stop. The flip. One at second. Back to first. Double play. And that's the ball game. Painter with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.